Chapter 5, The Cheshire, April 13th, 2:39 a.m. In the parking lot of a motel in Beatty, Nevada, a man and a woman engage in a heated argument. Their shouts fill the air, but their exact words remain unheard. The woman, dressed in a short skirt, high heels, and a cheap fur coat, appears furious, possibly over unpaid services rendered. Curiosity draws the attention of the motel patrons, who peek through their curtains and partially open their doors to witness the unfolding drama. Room 12, however, remains undisturbed, occupied by a man engrossed in his own activities. Inside room 12, an unbothered gent lies on a twin-sized bed with his eyes closed and his shirt removed. A contented smirk plays on his face, and he sways his head and taps his foot to a rhythm. Stray strands of his long, dark brown hair occasionally fall across his face, a minor annoyance easily disregarded. The man, known as Surrey the Cheshire, is enjoying the fruits of his recent successful heist from a flipped-over armored truck that brought him a small fortune. Lost in his euphoria, he remains oblivious to the world around him, with his 2007 generation iPod blasting John Lennon's "War Is Over" at an air-splitting volume. The gentle wind carries a vibration through the air, shaking the entire motel. Despite Surrey's relaxed state, he registers the disturbance. Opening his eyes, he grabs his iPod and lowers the volume to investigate further. An unwarranted silence descends upon the room, as if all ambient sounds have vanished. Sensing something amiss, Surrey reacts swiftly. "Shit!" he exclaims, springing from the bed. With a single motion, he yanks his mattress and uses it as a shield, enveloping himself within it like a turtle retreating into its shell. With impressive strength, he folds the mattress in a way it was never meant to, bracing for the impending impact. A split second later, an explosion rocks room 12 with the force of a tank's cannon, hurtling Surrey and the mattress across the room. Thanks to his makeshift shield, Surrey absorbs much of the blast's impact, although he is propelled towards the opposite wall. In a display of agility, he twists his body in mid-air, ensuring it is the mattress, not his face, that collides with the wall. Surrey extends his leg and delivers a powerful kick to counter the approaching bed frame, threatening to crush him. The wood splinters into two mangled pieces, ricocheting off the wall behind him. Metal springs, shards of glass, and various debris crash and shatter, filling the room. Amidst the destruction, Surrey's pink headphones never leave his ears. With his right leg still extended, Surrey takes a moment to collect himself. The room lies in ruin, furniture scattered, stacks of money burnt or torn beyond use. Mirrors and ceiling fans, once intact, now lay broken and shattered. Amidst the chaos, only 3 items remain unscathed: an untouched 3-pack of Hanes V-neck t-shirts, his seemingly blast-resistant iPod, and an unidentified cylindrical object resembling a Bose engine component resting on the edge of the ravaged mattress. With a gaze fixated on the enigmatic cylinder, Surrey grabs the object and rises to his feet. Without hesitation, he walks towards the motel room door with the URO firmly in hand, ready to confront whatever threat nearly destroyed his cherished MP3 player. Stepping out onto the veranda, Surrey surveys the scene of chaos that unfolded during his slumber. After a satisfying yawn and stretch, he rubs his eyes, taking in the madness surrounding him. A massive 33-foot wide crater occupies the once flat parking lot where the arguing couple stood. They, and any trace of flesh and bone, were obliterated instantly. Surrey's attention is then drawn to the streaks of charred flares slicing through the night sky, raining hellfire across the vicinity. As Suri processes the magnitude of the situation, another meteor hurtles towards the motel, dwarfing the previous one in size, a small building on a collision course. Observing the imminent danger, a nearby survivor, a father, clutches his daughter tightly, preparing for the worst. Suri locks eyes with the brave, battered man, sharing a wordless understanding. The father nods, protecting his daughter with his own body as they brace themselves for the impending impact. Seconds away from destruction, Suri springs into action. He spreads his legs, plants his feet firmly, squats, and contorts his body into a deliberate pose. In an astonishing display of power, he launches himself into the air with inhuman speed, soaring towards the center of the colossal meteor. Within a fraction of a second, he reaches a height of 650 feet. Near the peak of his ascent, Suri flips rapidly, gaining momentum. Seizing the opportunity, he hurls his URO with unmatched strength and precision. The device hurtles towards the heart of the meteor, spinning violently. It cuts through the solid mass effortlessly, traversing metal, ore, and stone. The spinning apparatus continues its trajectory, arcing back towards the split rock, transforming it into 4 separate boulders. Having successfully dismembered the meteor, Suri descends to the father and daughter, both in awe of his extraordinary abilities. The man looks at him, his face a mix of disbelief and gratitude, as the 4 massive rocks plummet to the earth. Sensing the imminent danger, Suri calmly advises them, "You might want to get down." 4 thunderous impacts echo through the air, causing shockwaves that send debris hurtling in every direction. Yet, shielded by the motel's outer walls, the trio escapes harm, emerging from the chaos unscathed. In the aftermath, the once thriving Lily Inn Motel lies in ruin, a casualty of the catastrophic event. Suri, the father, and the daughter stand amongst the wreckage.